Okay, so pretty much done. It's got to dry now. So let's talk about, again, let's just review a little bit. Remember, you either cleaned a gourd and you cut it out, or you got a paper mache one. And the whole idea was that you're going to cut out the face, you're going to cut out a bottom, and then you're going to begin to make the paper mache vinings. And we made a little bit of an armature here, and then you began to put it on. And what I want to really stress to you is make it wiggle. Make sure that the vines wiggle, that they're not just a straight, that you have bifurcated them, you've made them come down, they're kind of, but they're big. They're really coming off the gourd so that they're going to show up, because we're going to be putting some tissue paper on this gourd yet. There's a lot more we have to do to it. There's going to be tissue paper, and that's going to build up a little bit, so you're going to lose some of this. So if you don't make it bold enough, it's going to get lost. So please make sure, if you look at mine, see how far they come off, see how they come, and then look at your face. Look at my face. Notice on each side I made sure that there's some vining coming to make the face. And look over here how we didn't. We really should have put more here. See how we didn't put any coming down? So maybe that could have had a little bit more to give the face some dimension. So it's up to you, of course, if you don't want to. You don't have to, but that's just a suggestion, that you really make this vining come down, because that's what kind of looks really cool. And then we're going to, when this is all dry, we're going to be doing the next part of it, which is all the staining and some tissue paper macheing and things like that. But this part now is done. You have to dry it. And then, of course, we will have the second part of this, which will be in my studio. And eventually, hopefully, I can maybe make one on YouTube. But this is just the first part, and the rest will be done in my studio. When you're doing this, or as you're doing it, you guys that are my students, you know my number. You can call me. You can send me pictures as you do it if you want me to give you some pointers. So while you're working on it, feel free to contact me, send me pictures, and say, what would I make recommendations. So it can be a two-way street here when you're doing this. Good luck with it, and then I'll see you in my class when we finish it, and it's going to look more like that little pumpkin right there. Bye. You're done now with this part of it. The paper mache portion of it. This is now 24 hours since I put it on. It's beginning the drying process. As it dries, it's going to get whiter. It's going to get much whiter, and that's how you can know. You can actually put a heat gun on this and get it dry. You could put it in your oven, set the oven at the lowest it'll go, if it'll go 150 or whatever in your oven, and put the oven on for like maybe 10 minutes, and then shut the oven off with it closed, and you can put this in for a while. If you want to speed up the drying process, you can leave it that way overnight. But you don't want to have the oven actually going. And then every once in a while, if you were awake when you were doing it, you could turn it on again for 10 minutes and then let it sit. So if you want to hurry up the drying process, you can do it in an oven. Anyway, this is what it's looking like, and that's the process. Now let's take a look at it when I have the class and I teach the last part of this. So let's look over here. So this is the finished pumpkin, and you can see that we've added dyes, and also we've added quite a bit of texturizing. This part in here is the texturizing, which is going to be covered in the next class that I do, which you will find on YouTube eventually, probably part 4, 5, like that. But that's not going to be put up until such time as I have given the class and they're done with it. Then I will take pictures while I'm doing it. I will have videos of the process of the class. Then I will be putting it up for everybody to see if they need to reference it, how to do it. So we're done with this part, and can't wait to finish the rest of it. Bye.